What's up, everybody? Cedric and CJ here, CRWC commentary. We'll be doing reviewing Friday Night SmackDown. This is SmackDownish, and so this opens up. Cena comes out and he talks up being smarter than the fans. Thus, in his own words, he's the best there is, was, and ever will be.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
He talks up using the fans, cheers and foolishness to get over the top heroes, and even was able to put R-Truth in the main event. He says that Seth Rollins will never cash in because when Cena leaves, then he'll be the only champion. That's a good way to put it. I thought he was going to say because birds of a feather. The heels ain't going to fight the heels, so I thought he was going to lean that way.
I hope he's going to say because Seth Rollins ain't shit, but that's wishful thinking.
True that, but then I would have bought Seth in. They have to be there for that, and then there'd be a thing. And then because of that, then Seth Rollins would actually be in this whole thing.
Ugh, we don't need that. The less we can have Seth Rollins, the better off we all are.
So he says they won't. He's like, and it won't even matter because once I'm gone, you won't even remember me in 3 years. Mm-hmm. And the fans audibly did not disagree.
That's not what he said.
What, did he say that? Like he'll be gone, they won't remember him 3 years?
He said, I'll be gone and you won't remember how great I am until 3 years after I'm gone.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Okay, because I asked you what he said. I repeated it somewhat. Okay.
Yeah, I thought you repeated it sounded like you repeated what he said, so I was like, yeah, that's what he said.
See, this is why I get things wrong. I ain't got good backup. Anybody out there want a job where they don't get paid?
I'm sure that's a resounding no.
I ain't got no money. It's like Hollywood Homicide. I'm commingled. I'm commingled with $5. That's all I got in my account. $5. Right now, I wish somebody owed me $5. I would be collecting like a bounty hunter. It'd be on $5. But yeah, it's true. If you're an inspiring writer or aspiring writer and you put your stuff out there, you die in 30 years and all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, this person did this. And then all of a sudden they want to read your material. They say, they were really good. It's like, I really wish you had done that while I was alive. Don't love me posthumously. Mm-hmm. Good grief. But they still didn't disagree.
No, they didn't.
And honestly, can I call them great? No. Based on a lot of annoyances and whatnot, it's hard to find wrestlers who are actually the greatest of all time. You call somebody the greatest of all time, then that means no one else can be. And Cena kind of threw that out in the water later. But Cody's music hit.
And we're outside.
Yep. And I was like, we're both tired of this. But then again, Cody doesn't have anyone else.
Nope.
And considering how he lost the belt, he does have legitimate gripe.
Yeah, he's got gripe. But this back and forth, it was...
I'm going to come in and talk. No. Shouldn't somebody want to fight?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, wrestling is all about zingers.
Yeah. Burn.
Oh, God. Cody says Cena's right, and then says his calculations didn't include himself, Cody, pinning him Saturday night's main event in the tag match. So Cody asked John, he called him John Rushmore because Cena put himself as Rushmore 4 times.
Yeah.
It's like, so, what does that leave us? Which prompted Randy Orton to come out. And Randy says that, look, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my 15th championship. And I'll put you down, Cody, if I got to. And you know that. And I love you like a brother. And, not all in that order, but,
Close enough.
He wanted everybody to know 2 to 3 times over that he loves Cody like a brother. And I'm like, you say it one more time, I'm going to think it's not family related.
And it's almost summertime, so Randy had his thighs out.
You know, you was picking on the man, and now you gonna say that?
I was not picking on him.
Yes, you did.
Oh, he don't have a butt?
There you go.
I mean, hey.
Why you body shaming?
Truth is truth. He's buttless, but, you know, his thighs are thighin', so there you go.
Then LA Knight's theme plays, confusing everyone, mainly Cody.
Look what Cody's face was like. You chewing something soft and you bite down on something hard.
And you're like, what was that?
What the hell was that?
What in there? And Cody did look like, did this supposed to have raisins? Honey?
Yeah. He looked not alarmed, but he was
perplexed.
Confused. Yeah.
So LA calls them the WWE establishment.
Yes, he did.
And not one of them disagreed.
They did not.
Not one looked indignant. Not one looked like, no. I was like, oh my goodness.
They all pulled out their brooms and just swept that.
LA Knight told the truth and they corroborated. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yep.
I mean, but it's obvious.
It is.
But damn. And then said that Cena planned everything out, but he didn't plan for LA Knight. And Knight says Cena looked like he's a balling bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he's balling as in, you got your game on tight, but you still a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Cedra says, can we end this segment? I was like, I just shook my head. I was thinking, yeah, this show is too long already.
Yeah.
Cena leaves and R-Truth attacks him from behind and just starts beating on him, and the staff had to pull him off.
Ron was kicking.
Yep.
He's the kicking.
Ron Kickins. So back from the break, Cena argues with Aldis. In the back, there was no audio. Cena had to turn his hat around and look up at him just to get further in Aldis' face.
Yeah, because Aldis is tall. He turned that hat around and got in his face. He could argue up in his face. And, they probably won't say nothing about the subject at hand.
I wonder if they were saying anything at all.
Probably talking about lunch plans or something.
I'm going to have fried okra and greens. I don't care what you have. I'm going to have me a banana split and a milkshake. I don't care what you're going to have. Somebody could voice over that if they wanted to.
Yeah, they could.
So, Fatal 4-Way, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Aleister Black. Hey.
I enjoyed the match.
Yeah.
It was probably the best match of the night.
Yeah. There's a good chance.
Yeah.
It's a good chance. In this match, it was almost a mad scramble, everyone trying to mess with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I did like that. Hayes was wearing the hem chain instead of the gaudy Andre looking one. And
yes.
then Randy was looking confused as Hayes tried to pin Knight out of attacking Randy, and then Aleister attacking Hayes after Knight clotheslines him over the rope. Randy just looked like out of sorts, like, what is going on tonight?
Like, I'm not usually involved in matches with folks doing a lot of jumping and flipping and shit.
Yep. Carmelo hit a lovely long distance frog splash on Knight.
It was so pretty.
Aleister broke up the pin though. I know.
It was pretty.
Knight was ready to do his diving elbow when Reed pulls him down. Breaker spears him, and then Hayes hits a diving body press as Orton captures him in the Ace Crusher. Randy pinned Knight. There we go.
Yep. Apparently, LA Knight cost Braun Breaker his King of the
Monday
Ring match on Monday, so
and Sami Zayn had won that.
Came back to return the favor. And you know what? I don't mind it because they didn't have sex with him, so it was all good. It didn't turn into a whole Rollins thing, and that was good.
So we can't watch Raw together. I'll just watch that by myself.
I can watch it.
Can't.
Yes, I can.
Oh my God, it's Seth Rollins. That's like waking up. Oh my God, the sky was blue today.
Look at here. I'm going to do what I always do when we talking about somebody that I don't give two about. And there you go. What, you want to defend him? He your boy or something? That you got posters of him in your room. Got an altar set up to his quilted clothing.
At least it ain't Tai Chi. So Jacob makes his announcement to Lexington, Kentucky, And after the break, he does come out. Jacob talks like a babyface, and I'm not sure the fans will accept this style for long. Because you can tell there's a clear difference between heel and babyface Jacob at this juncture. And Jacob can do really good babyface promos. It's going to take away what people are expecting from him. And at the same time, I don't think the fans know what they really want from anyone other than, can you give a zinger? Can you give a catchy catchphrase? And do you got cool moves? And that's about it.
And that's it. So as long as he keeps saying, I mean,
yep.
And all gas, no brakes, and moonsaulting, I think the fans will be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. He slightly flubs his words, but the point was to denounce Solo having nothing to do with Jacob's success. Solo is on the big screen. He's like telling Jacob he made a really big mistake, but he flubbed his words a little bit.
He did.
He I was trying to keep you from making a big mistake.
Yeah.
And he was like, and saying that without him, he'd still be nothing, just as when he found him.
Mm-hmm.
And Solo says, I'll be waiting for you with my arms wide open to take you back, but you're going to have to say these 4 words, I love you, Solo. And that's how that ended. Jacob had nothing to say, and, it's like, all right.
The whole setup, I get, they really wear off the whole mafia boss behind the desk thing.
Yeah, they need to stop.
And they got JC back there all suited up.
He didn't even really look like himself,
No.
and he looked literally like, look, you're not important, just stand back there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tired. I'm tired of that. Okay.
It's old.
It's old.
It's old.
And it's not believable.
Nope. Because honestly, JC would be running that. Won't JC part of the Mighty Don't Kneel?
No, he was part of the United Empire
Okay.
with him and Oka and
Will Ospreay.
and Hinade.
Let's see. And I'm sure Fletcher and David was there.
Who?
I don't know the big dude, Davis or something. I don't know. He's hit and miss on AEW. He'll be there. And then
Fletcher's partner.
Yeah.
They were part of the United Empire too.
Yeah.
But then Davis got hurt, and now
he stay hurt.
Yeah, and Kyle Fletcher is the proto star.
Yo.
Like a dollar store.
He's working hard to not
Randy
become
Orton.
Adam Cole.
Yeah, dollar store Randy Orton.
Basically, yes.
But he don't look good with no hair. Him with no hair is a very unappealing look. I can't.
He should have just kept his hair short.
Yeah, I can't say exactly what it looks like.
Not a crew cut.
But he doesn't look good. It don't fit his face, and yeah.
He went from looking like Kroger brand Will Ospreay to the great value Randy Orton.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
But his face and his lack of hair gives him a quality. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. There's a fatal 4-way: Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax versus Piper Niven versus Michin.
So I'm gonna tell you up front, Michin, Piper Niven, and Nia Jax, I was like, I don't want to watch this.
Exactly.
Piper can't be who she needs to be.
So she'll never win.
Michin,
Really?
and Nia.
God dang.
But we watched long enough
God damn.
to see Jade's outfit. She's always on with her outfits as always, and that was it. And it's not because we're down in the women in general. It's just the 3 women I named. I just can't tolerate watching them.
You know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. Ain't no need to think about it. And so Jade hit her finish on Piper and got the pin, and they worked with what they had. It shouldn't have been Piper. It should have been
Michin.
Yes.
Michin, yeah.
But in Jade, Piper couldn't stay up long because her shoulders would get ripped out the sockets.
Yeah.
Jay's legs said, "Girl, we done."
Mm-hmm.
So she had to drop her almost in a heap. And I'm just saying, a lot of people would say this. Piper would need to lose weight. Jay's going to have to do more than bodybuild. You're going to have to strength train. You strength train, you losing that physique. Just saying, you strength train, you losing that physique. But I'll be honest with you. They should just beat Michin instead of Piper.
Beat Michin. But they're not going to have her do that because Michin is a face.
They could have had Piper do something. I mean, literally, Piper could have blasted Michin, and then Jay could have kicked Piper in the face, and then pinned Michin, and just look at it like, "Sorry, girl, but I had to."
Yeah.
And that would have been cool.
Piper is such a good worker. She is a good wrestler, and she'll never
get her
what
due.
she deserves.
Never.
Because
ever.
well, Nia Jax is much bigger than Piper, but she would never have cooperated with something like that.
Nope.
She don't have it, not in her mind or her body.
But this also shows Jay needs another finisher.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, 99% of the roster is under 5'4".
Yeah.
And that's how they're going to generally keep it.
Yeah. We like them short. Yeah. We like our women short. Yeah. We got a type. We're like serial stalkers in the WWE. We like them short and blonde.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I don't know, man.
Hey, I don't need no damn big conglomerate coming after us. Allegedly.
What they gonna take?
I don't care.
What they gonna take? Hey, y'all want to come sue us and take this debt?
Hey, look.
Come on, take this debt.
They took Giuliani's the daddy's watch and left.
Oh, he deserved it.
Well, he did, but that's an example of what they can come and take.
He deserved it.
Yeah. Allegedly. Let's go.
So Naomi, she talked. So she simply wants retribution. When Tiffany would blast her with the case and stuff like that, and always costing her before she turned heel.
Yeah.
So she wants her retribution by hitting Tiffany with the case, and she's like, "It's gonna feel so good." Yeah. And I'm like, "All right," and I was like, "Oh crap." I thought that, and then her music plays. Tiffany comes out, and she could kind of put Naomi on the spot like anyone else would, asking her like, "Well, why don't you do it now? Why don't you fight me now?" Yada yada. I was like, "Man, now you sound like the heel."
And Naomi said, "Well, she should have said, I'm not gonna do it while you standing right here. Come on,
I'm gonna wait."
bad guy. Hello."
Like, do I look like Boo Boo the Fool?
So she broke out Boo Boo the Fool. 90% of the audience don't even understand the reference.
And she's like, "I ain't doing it now." She's like, she wants to make Tiffany's life hell first. And I was like, and you ain't the only one to use that.
Yes. So if you're gonna say that, you need to do it. You need to be attacking in the back.
Yeah.
Every time she get
Whatever happens with her, you are there messing her up.
Yep. Matches, all that. They're not gonna do that, but that's what should happen.
Naomi leaves. Well, she's starting to leave. Jax attacks Tiffany from behind because she kind of owes Tiffy. But she was failing to do that. But she regained control and got her finish. Naomi, she was darting into the ring, and Jax stopped her. And I was like, wait, what?
Why would you stop her from going for it? What?
Really?
No. That's just it? No. Man, I would have put that case to her abdomen.
Yeah.
Tossed her ass out.
That's how wrestling fans see it. It's like, yeah. It's like, okay, you get in. She's like, no. She's pointing. You go in and you bust her in the abdomen or the face with that case. You drop her and you go over to Tiffany and you bust her in the abdomen. You just beat her down. Just run a beat down train on her with the damn briefcase to the point where you would think she got internal injuries. You signed the contract and there you go. Now you got it.
Nobody lays in a horseman style beating anymore.
Just beat on her. Yeah, well. So backstage, Fraxion hasn't found the Wyatt Six since looking for them last week.
Yeah.
And that went unspoken.
Yeah.
So this week, Aldis nominates Motor City Machine Guns to fight the Wyatt since they have the most tag team experience.
They're the veterans.
And so you got them versus the Wyatts, Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy. So the Wyatts, they won with the diving guillotine drop and pin. And while that was a wicked leg drop, I wouldn't do it.
Nope. No, your spine.
I'm saying, saving my spine. So, Cena asked Jimmy where R-Truth is, and he don't know. So then he asked, where's Ron Killings? He's like, I don't know where either one of them is. Seems like I'll be out in the ring. Yeah. And the fans erupted like, he's coming out to talk.
No, he said, I'm going to be out in the ring. If you see him, tell him to meet me out there. I just told you, I don't know where either one of them are, so how I'm going to tell him to meet you in the ring?
He said, I know you close.
Yeah, I'll make a difference. You can be close, but you're not joined at the hip.
I don't know. My hip be occupied sometimes.
The hell?
What?
I just, if you see him, tell him. No, he didn't even say if you see him. He said, tell him. What? Well, I got to find him, and what? It was dumb. I thought it was dumb.
It was a little dumb. I was just like, ain't nothing coming to this. Not the way you think. Not you, but the way Cena think.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to put all this together somehow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to the ring. He wants to fight Ron Killings. All right. And CM Punk theme hit, and he comes out. He's got that walk like, I'm going to do something bad.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants Cena to be the good guy for once. And, like just one more time. I know it's in there. I'm the Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you're the Anakin Skywalker, and I'm trying to get that guy back. And I get it. I get it. It's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
He wants Cena to be the good guy. Yeah. He tells Cena to give the people a happy ending with a wink. You saw the wink I was typing.
Yes.
But I looked up and I saw Cena half smiling at that joke. Like Cena did. He was like, man, you trying to pop me. I see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Cena lets him know these people are a waste of time and says their sports doesn't matter. Their horse racing doesn't matter, and they got real mad.
Yeah, because they're in Kentucky. They're like, your basketball don't matter. Your horse racing don't matter. This town don't matter. I was like, oh, man.
I was like, Cena went to kind of a heel mode like I would have. Because I would have told him all that don't matter. I said, the only thing that matters to me are the good-looking wives, and I'll see y'all tonight. Yeah, I would have said something like that. And then I would have pointed to one random girl in the crowd and be like, not you, honey. I remember you. That was boring. I would have said, hey, you. Good job. You ain't got to worry about her stepping out again. I ruined her.
Oh.
And I would
you trying to get into a fight.
That's the idea of a promo sometimes. So the rejection to this triggers Punk to alert Cena that now he can start being disrespectful since Cena wants to talk about people being disrespectful to him. Punk's like, oh no, man, now I'm going to show you how to be disrespectful. But he didn't. Punk had a litany of things that he could have said. And I could see it on his face. But he chose to be nice. So he opens up. He was saying that, what did he say? It was you can tell a strong man a lie and it'll insult him.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell a weak man
the
truth, and that'll insult him.
That'll offend him, yeah.
Yeah, offend him. And I get it. But then he's like, so I'm going to tell you the truth. And I was like, oh, did y'all miss that?
They missed it, but I ain't miss it.
Yeah, because the crowd didn't respond at all. They want zingers, but I was like, that was a good one.
They want the obvious singers, your mama.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to cut this promo to the end, little bitch. And they be like, ooh. I'm like, oh, God. You're lowbrow, I tell you. You're lowbrow. So Punk says Cena dresses like a toddler that just struck out.
In T-ball.
T-ball. I'm going to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But it has always fit him.
Mm-hmm.
Always. And I ain't gonna lie, when Cena turned the hat backwards, I'll be honest with you, he erased some years on his face.
He did.
Punk says Cena is taking his best material and trying to be him by winning and leaving with the belt. Punk's like Mount Rushmore. Really, he compared to Terry Funk, Eddie Guerrero, Harley Race, and Bret Hart. And only one of them is still with us.
Yeah.
And then said, you're a joke. I was like, man. Punk says Cena. This is when Punk started getting on the roll at that junction.
Mm-hmm.
Then Punk says Cena can't see him, but he can see through him. Punk leaves and Ron Killers attacks Cena from behind again
and puts him in his
STF.
terrible STF.
He does it his way. Punk comes back. He's like, I'm sorry, just to mock John, and then closes with, but the truth hurts, doesn't? So it was a nice pun, and I could tell that went over a lot of the audience's head. And they probably did because they're too busy cheering about the beatdown and being happy about it. They couldn't hear Punk's words.
Yeah, that's what he said to Punk when he put it on him.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry. So that's what you call long-term storytelling.
Yep.
They had this planned out 2 or 3 months before that match. Y'all just think about that.
Probably not the Ron part.
No, they didn't, but they used it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Cena used it. Maybe that was a ad-lib callback.
Maybe.
The staff saves Cena from killings, and you can see Cena hop off.
Yes. Holding back with one of his legs, left his belt, trying to save his hide.
Yep. Then you get a fatal 4-way: Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Alba Fyre, Candice LeRae. Flair has her Akira Hokuto style down.
Oh yeah, she had a beautiful entrance attire.
Yep. And this match is so important that backstage they show all this complaining about Ron attacking Cena, and it's like, what do you want? It's like, I want to fight Cena. You want to fight him? Yeah. Like next week. He's like, you want it? Yeah. All right then. And I was like, oh crap.
Yep.
So all right. Ron looks out of his damn mind.
Yeah, he do. But he got his head cleaned up.
I am a little worried that they're going to try to make Ron a version of New Jack without all the hardcore stuff. I'm worried about that. We'll just have to see how it go.
I don't think that anything, even toned down, when it comes to New Jack, is something the WWE is going to delve into. I don't. The two milquetoast.
Listening to a few podcasts, New Jack was a really damn good pro wrestling style guy. He just didn't do it. Like there were training sessions and small little private matches or whatnot where he did it. And he was like, I can do that stuff, but I don't want to. Like everybody do it, you know. And I'm like, it makes sense. At the time, makes sense. And plus his style, the last thing that was going to happen with New Jack would be leg, arm, and knee, rib injuries and stuff like that. New Jack was the one that barely took a bump. But they went back to this fatal 4-way. And at the end, Charlotte has fire in the elevated figure 4 while Bliss hits her finish on LeRae. Bliss got the pin just seconds before the submission. Problem is, ref can only check one person. The ref should have been checking Charlotte and the submission hold on Alba instead of, going for the pin.
And how come Alba didn't get counted too? Her shoulders were down.
Yeah, when the shoulders are down in the figure 4, that's considered a pin.
Yeah, that finish was off.
Uh-huh.
It was
See,
off.
I saw it, but I was like when I watch AEW, just
Yeah.
I see so much stupid stuff. I'm like, I just move on. I just listen to the show. And I do that with a lot of this stuff. I just like, yeah. And I just move on. Because I see it and I'm like, oh, well, I see that. And it should, well. And yeah, I mean, not only checking for the submission, but checking for the pinfall, that Alexa shouldn't even had a shot.
Mm-mm.
Then there's another fatal four-way. So Shinsuke Nakamura, Cody Rhodes, Andrade, and Damian Priest. This was just a slew of singles matches in and out the ring.
Definitely.
It won't nothing fatal four-way about it. You would just think it's some weird tornado tag match.
Yeah.
Nakamura and Andrade, Cody, Damian Priest. And then, and that's about what it was predominantly. Nakamura had everyone in the corner at one point. It was just standing in the center of the ring, looking menacing. And we both started to do something, God damn it.
Because Andrade was all draped over the top turnbuckle. And of course, you can tell he's setting up to go over there and kick him. But he took forever. And it's like, dang, why did you sit there for that? But then,
all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, he bolts and he starts attacking.
mm-hmm.
Okay. He kicked Andrade off the corner. They started doing stuff to the others. And I assumed that he was the ref, that he was just waiting for to come back from commercial break. And you had put in there saying that the ref was probably trying to give him the sign, okay, now you can.
Yeah.
It's like, look, we got 20 seconds.
Because as soon as he launched in and attacked Andrade, the commentators got started.
Uh-huh.
And
that just makes it look terrible. But it is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So then Cody, this is what I don't, y'all wrestling fans need help. Cody pulls out a Slim Jim sponsored table and he set it up. And the problem is the fans did not cheer for the table.
Nope.
You all want tables. He pulled it out and it was like, he's pulling out a table. That's really different. I don't understand why he's doing it. They just started murmuring a little bit. I'm like, this is what you want? Yeah, but we don't want a Slim Jim sign on it. Really? That's the hill you want to die on?
Apparently it is.
Eventually, Cody falls through the table that hoisted by his own petard.
Yep.
It broke into three sections like plywood. Andrade and Shinsuke beat down Priest, threw him over the barricade. Cody goes in a high gear, hits his finish on Andrade, and then Nakamura, and then got the pin on Nakamura.
At least Andrade didn't get pinned.
Yeah. It's just, and that was it.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right?
It was SmackDown.
So we got Raw, and then we got SmackDown coming up in a day. So that's it. It's 2:28 a.m. I'm gonna go ahead and just close this out. This has been Cedric Cathedral for CR Wrestling Commentary. Friday night SmackDown-ish. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell. Y'all be cool, be chill, be safe, so we can see you next time. Oh, see, it's right there. Like, share, see right, subscribe. It's right there. Click it, click the bell, click it. Peace.